Come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Danny, you so sorry. I swear to God. That dog. That damn dog. We just waiting for some people to get in. It's the AM, so a lot of people are out and about, but no worries. Hello, my good man. Man, where everybody at, man? It's supposed to be my day off. What's that say? Christ of. I don't even know how to pronounce that, man. I want to say it's Christ or Christ of Horvath. Something or the other. It's Hungarian. Okay. You in Hungary? Is that where you at? You know me, I'm in the US. The USA. Damo Williams. What's going on, bro? Who is David? Who is David? I don't know a David, bro. I mean, I know lots of Davids, but Michigan, man. Michigan. Oh, I look like a boxer named David? Oh, okay. Aria. I remember you, Aria. Spelled with two A's. Definitely remember you. See, I got the YouTube strobe lights going today, man. Trying to get this office together, but it needs some work. But luckily the lights they was already up, so nonsense. Michael Schol. I hate pronouncing names, man. Got your mood lighting on. Yeah, you know what? It's more for your mood, man. But I could turn on the light, but I don't want the light on, man. Am I a Latino? Well, I turned on the light. Let me turn the light back on, man. Do I look Latino, man. Do I look like a Latino, man? I'm light skinned and built to win. That's me. Is my name Frank? If I can get you to like the video, then my name is Frank. But let me be frank with you, man. My name is not Frank. And I'm just speaking frankly, like one of those Puerto Ricans. Nah, you know what, man? Shout out to the Puerto Ricans, man. What is my job? Hey, man, I'm a YouTuber. I'm what you call a YouTuber. Hey, bro, are you a YouTuber? No, I'm a content creator. If you're gonna call out my job, say it with dignity. I'm a content creator, not a YouTuber. Puerto Ricans are rare to find in NYC these days. Well, I'm not Puerto Rican and I'm not in NYC. And you know what? I've never been to NYC neither. But shout out to the Dominicanos, the Puerto Ricans, and the Mexicans. Mexicans are they're travelers. They get around, man. I mean, you got to think their country is connected to United States, so doesn't take them much to maneuver, man. That little border crossing, bro, that's a cakewalk. That's light work, man, to get across the border, man. That is light work. I don't know if you ever heard about it, but did you ever hear about the Arizona desert? It's where a lot of those dudes they got to cut through the Arizona desert, right? To get in, to the main cities. Oh, well, maybe not in New York, man, but I'm from California, so, California used to be Mexico, man. So the fact that there's Mexicans in California doesn't bug me because it really started out as their land. And the Cowboys made friends and backroom deals with some of the old school Mexican cowboys, and they sold some of the land so they would get rich and be able to buy a ranch house down in Mexico. And then they turned it into California and then put a line up and said, "You can't come here." I think that's pretty messed up, bro. Hey man, hey Ham, check it out, man. The demographics have changed everywhere, right? And I'm gonna tell you the reason why a lot of it happened is, according to analysts, it was the Democrats. The Democrats went ahead and sold us out, man. All the politicians sold us out, but the Biden administration, they really did a number, man. They let they let people come here to America, which no problem with that, but they even gave them a better life than a lot of people that are from here, man. Biden was chill. Trump is wildin'. He captured me, bro. Oh man. Yeah, the government is not in our favor. The richest country on earth has ghettos in 2026. Man, bro, there's ghettos everywhere, bro. There's ghettos. The ghetto's got a ghetto, bro. How can we have ghettos? because America wouldn't be America without the ghetto, man. And you don't know? No ghettos in Japan. I bet you there's ghettos in Japan. Don't think. Hey, man, let me tell you something. Ain't you ever heard the song by War? The world is a ghetto. The whole damn world is a ghetto, man. Don't think. See, people got it messed up and think the ghetto is only for black people, and that just ain't the truth. The ghetto is some shit somebody made up to try to describe a demographic and a geological location, but in reality, the world is a ghetto, man. You better, cause you only named what, South Korea and Japan? What about all the other 300 countries around the world that like are making uh houses out with dirt floors and roof shingles and stuff and pallets and cook with a damn fire on the floor? Nah, we ain't the richest, man. You just think we the richest. We're not the richest. We're the sorriest. Not us, but you know what I mean. We ain't the sorriest, but like we're the evilest. You know, there's a lot there's a lot about America that maybe you're not aware of. You think that if America looked nice, that would change the mindset? You think if everything looked nice, everything would be good? NYC does have big rats, as big as cats. The US is the richest, most technologically advanced country on this planet. Right, yet they can't stop 500,000 kids from going missing every year. You know, they can't um, stop themselves from being blackmailed. They can't stop backstabbing. They can't stop being racist. They can't stop making people homeless. They can't pay people a decent wage. They can't make the school system better. They can't stop corrupt hospitals and courthouses. They can't control their own police officers. I can keep going on forever, man. Like, boy, let me tell you something. There's a huge cost that comes with being the richest country in the world. There's a huge cost that comes with that. Exactly. See, now you're talking. It's engineered. That means that the ghetto is here for a reason. Remember that. The ghetto is a part of the scenery. It's like when you go to the jungle and you see the rivers and the waterfalls and the lush forest, that's all part of the scenery. Hey, how you doing, Aiden? And it's just like that. When you come to America and you hear that it's the richest country on earth, and you look around and you see the ghettos and all the homeless people and everything, and then you say to yourself, it's engineered. It's part of the scenery. In other words, they could get rid of it, but you know, like I know, that they're not getting rid of it. Yeah, you should sub if you want, man. I got some pretty cool content on the way, man. And make sure you give me a like too, man. The USA is the richest, not the most technologically advanced. You know what my thing is this, people don't understand something about America, man. America is Babylon, right? America is a place where they say the most evil lives. It's the most satanic here in America. It's the most corrupt. Oh man, AB production back in the building, man. Up early today, huh? How you doing today, man? We just streaming, man. Trying to get me a couple subs and chop it up with the people and shit. Nothing major. Do you believe in God? Do I believe in God? Man, heck yeah, I believe in God. You better believe in God. That's like asking a baby if they believe in their parents. You in the truth? What do you mean, am I in the truth? Yeah, I'm like sugar in the tank, huh? I believe a man put every animal on a boat. Why do you believe that? What up, Mellow Yellow? Hey, I like that. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I can dig it, man. Mellow Yellow. We exist. Spread the word. Jesus is coming back. Jesus ain't coming back, bro. God got a different plan for us. Jesus avatar died in the movie. He can't come back. That's like saying Ricky would be on a Boys in the Hood too. How can he come on a Boys in the Hood 2 if he died in Boys in the Hood 1? See, that's where people got it messed up, man. Jesus is not about to respond. That's what they tell us, but that's not accurate, man. He may have rose. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that to say like, you know, I'm like disrespecting Jesus Christ or anything. Like it ain't meant for that. It's just that like I said, I compare it to the fact that Ricky died in Boys in the Hood 1, right? So if they made a Boys in the Hood 2, Ricky ain't coming back to be a part of that second movie, right? Well, Jesus is the same concept, man. Don't believe everything you read though, man. Even though we've been taught the shit our whole entire life, man. That doesn't mean that you have to believe it. Just believe that God is your creator and that he had a begotten son that died for our sins. You can believe in that. But listen, you don't have to believe he's coming back. And even if he came back, I mean, you got to think, man. Last time he was here, some people killed him. They unalived him on a cross, right? He's not going to have to do that. He's not going to have to repeat that again, man. And it's just like if you think about it, man, I'm not trying to like challenge no one's beliefs, but I'm just telling you my belief. That's why I'm not a Christian. I'm a spiritual person because a Christian sticks to one, you know, they're not very flexible. They just believe in one thing and one thing only, and they're not open for debate. You know what I'm saying? If you go try to say what I'm saying to a pastor at a church, we would get into an argument. He'd probably tell me to leave the church. But at the same time, hey man, remember what happened to Jesus in the book that they said happened to him the first time he came. So why would he come back to go through that again? He ain't gonna keep dying for our sins. That's not what is about to happen. That's why I'm saying Jesus ain't coming back. And he ain't coming back to regulate neither. It's gonna be something else entirely. That's all I'm saying. That's my belief. That if something like Jesus does come back, it might be God's homie. It could be his daughter. It could be anybody. But it ain't gonna be Jesus. He already served his purpose in history, which was he came and he was sacrificed on the cross for our sins. So what I'm trying to tell you is for him to come back, that would mean he would have to do the same exact thing again, right? So his role in this simulation is over with, right? He did his job. He came and he was sacrificed. So if he came this time, what would he do? Would he walk amongst the people and sacrifice himself again? No, he wouldn't. No, I didn't miss the point, man. Or are you talking to someone else? I just don't buy that. Jesus is coming back. Oh, he's coming to take us with him. Don't you think he would have did that the first time, though? Because they was sinning just as bad. Come on, Louis. They was sinning just as bad the last time Jesus showed up. You know, they was sinning 2,000 years ago just as much as they are now. So Capra what's going on, man? like I said, I'll say it once again. I'm not saying that to try to debunk or challenge any type of history of religion and Christianity and all that. But they also told you Jesus was white. They even painted pictures and sold them to people and put them up in every church and every house. Nah, motherfucker, stop that shit. So like, there's a lot wrong with the story of Jesus, man. There's a lot wrong with it. First of all, they should have told us from the beginning that it was a black man with frizzy hair, not a white dude that looked like a hippie that would have went to Woodstock. They should have told us that, number one. And number two, I told you, man, the real Jesus Christ already served his purpose, man. He already has been sacrificed. That's not going to happen twice. And he's not going to be the one to take us to heaven. I don't. That's my personal belief, though. It ain't even meant for me to try to argue that with you. Hey, man, I hear you, but let's just be logical about this. So Jewish, first of all, we're not going to get into Jewish anything, but I can tell that a lot of you guys don't really study a lot about the things that you talk about. You just regurgitate what you did heard and heard another person say, which was also a person who didn't study. And so that same regurgitation has been repeated so long, and it's drilled into people's mind to where they believe some shit that ain't even real, right? And I get it, man, but like, there's a lot that ain't accurate, bro. It just simply ain't the truth, right? It's just some shit that people was sold, kind of like, when you meet somebody on the street and they trying to manipulate you into buying something that they got, that like, let's say a fake gold chain, right? Or let's say a car with a bad motor. You know, you got to understand that it ain't the truth, right? How was Jesus Jewish back then, when at that time in the world everybody was dark skinned out there, right? Jewish people are paler than white people right now. And they all want to migrate to America, most of them, right? They don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but like, Jesus was dark skinned, whether he was black or Jewish, and the original Jews were black too, by the way. They were dark skinned people, man. The original Jew man was a dark skinned man. He wasn't pale as a white person, right? Because Jerusalem is basically in the Middle East. And every Middle Eastern person I've ever seen are dark skinned with dark hair. They're not light with blue eyes and none of that. Even Pakistan and Afghanistan, they're all dark skinned, all of them, right? But you mean to tell me this picture of Jesus with a goatee, as Jewish as he is, he was living in the Middle East, where it gets extremely hot during the summertime and it's dry, and to the point where people have to live in caves and underground because the sun is too hot. You will dry out and pass away out there in the deserts, out there in the desert sands. So how was he a white Jewish person, man? He wasn't. He could have been Jewish, but that's like, if he was Jewish, then that says that God is Jewish too, huh? God is a Jew. That's what we're saying now. But it's cool. God is energy. It's not a person. Therefore, Jesus was born unto a specific race of people. Right. But whether he was Jew or Hebrew or African or whatever he was, just know he was dark skinned. He wasn't light skinned with straight hair. And quite honestly, if you look at the pictures in churches of Jesus, that's not a Jew neither. Like, that Jesus is not depicted as a Jew in his pictures neither. So it's just like, think about it, man. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, like, um, you'll understand that Jesus will not be coming back to save anybody. You know, that's just that's just some shit we was told to make us, you know. But if you want him to come back, then that's what you can you have the right to whatever your belief is, bro. You have the right. But you know, I'm just telling you what I believe, not anything I say is not a fact, because I don't have any fact about God besides I know that God lives through me and I live through God. We both inhabit this vessel, right? He lives in my heart and my mind and all my cells and my muscles and my blood, but like ultimately I have the control over my vessel, you know. But you know, it could be the last days, but you know, if we're living in the last days though, you got to understand that the last days are going to be man-made, you know. I don't think God is going to come here and wipe us all out. I think man's going to do it. I think what's going to end up happening is God had already told us that, you know, man is going to be the reason that all mankind perishes. I'm not going to come and have to do anything, right? The trash is going to take itself out, you know, and we've seen that time and time again. Golf Arabs are brown. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're talking 2,000 years ago, so you can't base anything you see now on the landscape of 2,000 years ago, man, right? It was very different back then, right? It was very, very different. The climate was different. The landscape was different. The ocean was different. The position of the continents was different. You know, the sun was in a different position than it is today. So you know, I just know that I mean, but like, okay, Triv, what do you think they were, man? Because it seems like to say that makes people want to turn racist. They don't understand that it's not about being racist or trying to say that the black man was here for it. Ain't about that, bro. It's just about, if you look around the world, a majority of entire mankind is dark skinned, bro. Like, and that's a fucking fact. A majority of the planet are people of color, right? That don't mean that they're all from Africa. That just means that a majority of the planet are people of color, man, right? And that's because most races of people come from one origin. But it's all about what you believe, man. It's all about what you believe. And now what you see is programming at its finest, right? Is what you see. What you see is this: you see a world that's been mixed up and shook up so much that you see a guy like me, right? I'm half white. But like there was a time, especially 2,000 years ago, where mankind was a whole lot more pure than he is now. And like people didn't have airplanes and motherfucking people didn't have all this stuff to get around like they do now. People weren't like, you know, saying, "Hey, come on, Jimmy, I'm about to go live in Europe." Nah, it wasn't about that. People were tribal back then. People hung with they people, not out of racism, but just out of that's just what it was, right? 2025 years ago, and we don't even know for a fact if that's how long ago it was. That's just how long we've been recording time. 2025 years is when man started recording time globally. We all agree that the world has been recording time for 2025 years. That's all that means, right? 2,000 years ago was not the beginning of, it was the beginning of time. It was the beginning of when we started recording time. But like, that's a long time, right? And to think that Jesus Christ has only been gone for 2,000 years, I don't buy that. Me personally, I don't buy that. And even if he was the son of God, even if he was Jewish, right? He damn sure wasn't light and bright, looking like a hippie. It wasn't him, you know. It wasn't dude. And quite honestly, I can tell you a story that I heard, that the Jesus Christ that we see in the pictures, that was the son of a criminal, right? That was a bootlegger. He was a grapist. He was a thief, but he was rich. He had money, right? And he had so much money, in fact, that um, what they ended up doing was, his son was a good guy, right? So they worshipped his son because that was the closest way they could get to this guy, right? And well, I know the Bible confirms he wasn't white, but everybody likes to say Jesus was a Jew, and Jewish people are pale like white people. And so, people don't understand that they're regurgitating some programming, but that's not the truth, and it'll never be the truth. But sometimes you got to argue with people to let them know that, listen, bro, you might need to just face the fact that you are wrong about who you think Jesus is, man. You are so wrong. Jesus was dark skinned with frizzy hair. And that's not trying to say he was black. I'm just saying he was a man of color, right? That really existed. But the Jesus that we see on the pictures was a criminal son that people, like, he paid people to worship his son. And like I know, people are retarded, man. So as time went on, they kind of like idolized this man and thought he was something of like spirituality. And so, like, his picture somehow became this guy that they compared to Jesus. And now here we are looking at this picture of a man who really did exist and calling him Jesus. And that he's going to come back because he was sacrificed on the cross, and he's going to come back to earth to be sacrificed again. No, Jesus, that sacrifices don't happen twice. Ask any Satanist, ask anyone who believes in voodoo. You only get one sacrifice, man. You don't, Jesus is not coming back to go through another sacrifice over the same exact thing that he are. That's like saying that you reboot a computer program. No, man. Jesus is gone forever, bro. He ain't coming back. It may be somebody who comes, but it won't be Jesus, man. Jesus is not coming to do nothing. He already came. He already made his statement. He did what he had to do, and like, that's it, you know. So you just have to consider that a lot of this religious shit is a lie. It's not accurate, it's not true, it's not authentic, and it's not even from a reliable source. It's just, you know, quite honestly, the Freemasons may have just decided that they were going to make Jesus into who they wanted him to be, right? But with that being said, I'm not going to talk too much more about Jesus, because I believe that God had a son for sure. But you'll never convince me that it was who they said it was. Because all they've ever done to us is lie, 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 lie about every damn thing. So all of a sudden, we're supposed to just believe with blind faith in what the damn Bible says and what Christianity says. Bro, you can find so many lies and all that shit that, like, I mean, but people like to sit up here, and people like to just propel themselves with blind faith and just believe any fucking thing, because people are always looking for something to believe in. And I get that, man. But if you're going to look for something to believe in, why don't you at least educate yourself properly so that when you believe in something, it could be as close to the truth as possible in a world full of lies? Because you, like, bro, you're living in a world full of fucking lies. Everything you've ever been taught is a fucking lie. Everything, including religion. It's all a fucking lie, bro. So when you know that, you don't argue with somebody. You just consider what they're saying and you say to yourself, okay, this dude may not have the facts about who Jesus is for sure, but we all as a collective have the facts that we've all been lied to. They've been telling lies all over the world, like lie after motherfucking lie, right? We know that. That's something everyone will agree on, is that we grew up in a world full of fucking lies. So if you know that, then why would you believe that Jesus was a white man that was Jewish that walked in the Middle East 2,000 something years ago in a place where everybody else is dark skinned? Why would you believe that, man? Like, even now in 2026, them people out there on that part of the world are not light skinned people. A lot of them are now because we got all these structures, and a lot of those people then breeded with other cultures and other races of people. And so, you can use that as an argument, but ultimately it would still be a lie because you can't, bro, we're talking about 2,000 years ago. I know you're not like thinking about these movies of these like movies about ancient times, and you're seeing what Hollywood shows you, and you're thinking that like everybody was light skinned back then. No, they weren't. They didn't find one single light skinned person in the pyramids. Not one. Nobody. Nobody was light skinned over in Egypt. Nobody. And by the way, I'm just saying is saying that Jesus was a Muslim, not a Jew. That could be, man. But I don't think so. I don't think that the Son of God came down here representing any man-made religion. I don't think that's the case at all. If he was down here and he was living amongst the people as a true spiritual being in the flesh, why would he choose a denomination of religion and say, I am the Son of God, but I'm a Christian, or I'm a Jew, or I'm a Muslim, or I'm this, I'm that? Why would Jesus do that? Because if Jesus was the Son of God, then he knew he was the Son of God then. And now Melanchi says Christianity is not man-made. Then where did it come from? Where did Christianity come from? Who started it? I can go grab my Bible real quick and we can politic about it, but I'm asking you, if Christianity's not man-made, where did it come from? It came from Constantine. Okay, so who was Constantine? Constantine was not God. But like we like this is this is this is this is this is why I say that religion is, it's like gang related activity to me. Hey bro, in my opinion, you're better off just saying that you're spiritual and forgetting about this whole religious thing. You might ruffle some people's feathers. They may hate you for it, but like religion is supposed to be like a is it's like good guy based. You know what I'm trying to say? Like Being religious means that you're a good person. It means that you're not going to go out and destroy. You're not going to steal. You're not going to unalive. You're not going to do anything bad, right? That's what being a religious individual means. But today's religion is saying that I have a Bible, man. I've read it all. And the thing is, like, I hear you, but like, the Bible is not my truth. Okay. The Bible's not my truth. Like, I don't read the Bible and then all of a sudden realize, oh my God, I just read the truth. Right? The truth is not available to everybody, man. Like, it's just not. But you know what though? Hey man, hey, like I told you, and I'll tell you again, I'm a spiritual individual. That's it. I don't take it no farther than that, man. I'm just a spiritual being here on earth trying to find my own answers, man. And by me picking up a Bible and reading Revelations 3:9 is not going to make me all of a sudden say, oh, well, shit, then I'm a Christian because Constantine was like, not like I could go get the Bible, but I'm not about to go get the Bible because I don't feel like reading out the Bible, number one. But number two is, if the truth was that easy to find, we would already know the truth and there wouldn't be all this confusion surrounding religion, right? If the Bible was the truth. But you know what? Let me tell you something, chow sticks. A Muslim didn't told me the same exact thing. Hey, my brother, go read this verse and it will all make sense to you, right? You know what the Satanists of the world say? You know what the Masons, the Freemasons say? They say that they know the truth too. Everybody knows the truth, bro. Everybody knows the truth. That's one thing about it. Everybody knows the truth. I'm not saying that you're a Muslim, child sticks. I'm just saying that everybody knows the truth. And the crazy part is the truth is different. Every time you go to somebody that's a different religion, they all have different truths. But one thing is for certain, everybody's God has the same power. Everybody's God is the same, but everybody's truth and how shit operates is different, right? I was raised in a Christian household. I was raised in a Baptist household. But even when I was little, I always knew Jesus ain't coming back. Ain't nobody coming to save us, man. That's not gonna happen, bro. And the end times is not going to be a spiritual thing. It's going to be a man-made thing. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a man-made thing. It could be a an act of God, right? But like, did you know that an act of God is an actual legal term that they use inside of court? The actual term "an act of God" is something that they use in court. So I'm going to give you an example of what an act of God can be. If a big storm comes through, right, and tears down an apartment complex in such a way that man-made insurance doesn't cover, you know what they say? They say, "We're sorry, sir. We're sorry, ma'am, but our insurance doesn't cover you for that because in our policy it's considered an act of God." That's what they call it, right? And I know because I used to work for a company that would do maintenance on properties, and there was this certain type of damage that would happen to people's cars, and the apartment complex would say that they are not going to pay out the tenant for the damage to their car because the damage was considered filed under an act of God, right? So what I'm trying to get at is, if an asteroid was to come and hit the earth and wipe everybody out, that could be a potential act of God, right? But that would be like a real act of God, because we wouldn't really know who sent that asteroid at us, right? Could it be the aliens? Could it be God himself? And so like it could be anything, but like the term act of God is a literal legal term here in America, man. They use that word in court all the time, right? Because they feel like if we build something strong and it breaks without no, like chopsticks, you keep telling me to read, man, but I'm not. Why don't you read it? Go get your Bible and you read Revelations 3:9. Post it right here in the chat for everybody to see. So Chopstick, he was already ready for that, right? He said, "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee." Okay, so now what I want you to do, Chopsticks, is go ahead and translate that for all of the people, man. You got 10 people watching you. Translate that for us and tell us what does that mean to you? Because it don't mean nothing to me, but what does it mean to you? The Star of David is the star of, okay, but what you just read, what does that mean to you, man? You know, because we could talk about the Bible, but like I want you to tell me, because I just told you my standpoint where I'm at with it. But Triv says, "For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that of circumcision, which is outward in the flesh." Romans 2:28. Romans 2:29 says, "But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision of is that of the heart in the spirit, and not in the letter. Those praise is not of men, but of God." Okay. So now that you're reading all these scriptures, I want you to tell me the meaning, because you know the Bible has a definition book too, right? It's not just you read it and then you just let that soak in. No. What's the definition of what you're reading, man? Just cause you didn't read some shit out the Bible that sounds really nice. And let me tell you something, man. The Bible is a good book. That's why I have it, right? But you're not supposed to read it and follow it just because it's some shit that's there. Because if that's the case, you don't know the true origins of the Bible. But that's, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it without like turning into an argument and making people feel, disrespected and betrayed. But like, I'm just going to say this, man. I am a spiritual individual. I do believe in God. Absolutely. I believe in God with all my heart. I believe that there's a higher power that works in me and through me, right? But like the Bible's, it's got so many catchy phrases and catchy little chapters and paragraphs and shit, right? But you got to remember the King James version, and then you got to remember who King James was. Yeah, yeah, no doubt, Aria, no doubt. Um, for me, it suits my life better to just be able to say that, hey, listen, man, I hear you. chopsticks, but you're one of those people that just go by what you were taught. Like you're not saying nothing I haven't already heard 1,000 times, man. You know, the King James had his own version of the Bible, but King James also wrote the Satanic Bible too. The same man that sat down and revised the Bible is the same man that felt that he was going to sit down and write in the Satan's Bible as well, right? Because satanic people, they have a book too, right? Everybody has a book. Everybody has a book. Bro, you just got to really pay attention to life itself and just realize that all this shit is bullshit, bro. That's it. That's all I've been trying to say is like all this shit is bullshit, man. It is. I don't care what nobody is talking about. All this shit is bullshit, man. We've been lied to for so long that half of these people still out here believing whatever the fuck they selling. And bro, that Bible has power to it, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have power based on what it says. It has power because of how much energy and belief and true good energy and the faith that was put into the words of it. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just a spiritual person, man, right? And all that is to say is that I believe on the spiritual side that God put a soul in each and every one of us. And our soul is what he pays attention to the most. You know what I'm saying? And so like that's it, man. It ain't even gonna go as far as I'm going to read a Bible verse and then that's just the end of the discussion because I don't know who the fuck Constantine was. And just because they speak of the synagogue of Satan and the Jews and all of that, you know what I say? It sounds good. Yeah, all that shit sounds really good, man. Why do you think I don't go to church, man? Because I'll be out there trying to challenge the preacher, man. I couldn't do it. Like, I'd be like, nah, I'll get up and walk out mid service because I'm like, bro, the way I see it is I've already been lied to and tricked up until I became a man. So I'm not gonna allow myself to just be, continuing down a path that's already been proven that we've been lied to on so many levels. All through elementary school, all through junior high and high school, like, you know, they lied to our parents. They lied to my parents' parents, right? They all believed the same garbage, right? And then at the same time, you got the Freemasons with all this power and control over everybody and everything, and just like, man, this world ain't about nothing, man. Right? Believe what you believe and keep it to yourself, man. That's the best way to go about it. Believe what you believe and just keep it to yourself, man. Because they over in Africa killing all the Christians right now, like they knocking them down by the thousands, by the tens of thousands, right? I'm talking about disarming them and slaughtering their ass. And they out there trying to shield themselves with the Bible, but that ain't gonna do it, man. You gonna need some actual Kevlar. No, the world doesn't hate Jesus. The world just knows that book, that book, it's not the truth. It just ain't. It's like it ain't the truth. It's good for enlightenment and it's good to help you stay a good person, but it's not the last stop. Like you're not going to read the Bible and that guarantees that you're going to heaven, right? Even if you follow what's in the Bible, doesn't guarantee you a spot in heaven. None of that shit guarantees, right? And quite honestly, I'm going to ask God if can you just let me fly through the galaxy for eternity? I just want to fly through the galaxy, man. I don't want to hang out on Earth. I don't want to go to heaven. I damn sure don't want to go to hell. I just want to fly like a spaceship through the fucking Milky Way, through space. That's what I want to do, right? And I'm gonna request that. Hey God, is there any way that you could just let me fly through space, man? I can visit wherever I want to visit, and I just I want to just go forever out in space. I think we should all be good humans. No stealing, no lying, Absolutely, man. The world would be a better place because the level of evil starts with stealing, lying, and harming people. And then it just compounds from there. Like, the world is so very messed up that it is just amazing how like, it's crazy because a lot of these Christians are Christian during the day and they're satanic at night when nobody's paying attention. So it's like, you just got to be able to have your intuition, man. And that's the biggest power that God gave you. That's one of the biggest gifts that you are naturally given by birth. It's like a birthright. That's like a spiritual thing that's beyond human understanding, and it's actually something that man cannot take away from you. That's why they give us all this bad food and these drugs because they want to block your intuition, because your intuition is your real cross that people wear on their chest, like a gold chain. I had a gold cross. I had a nice gold cross too. Man, I sold that shit because I realized that my real cross is my third eye. It's my pineal gland. It's my intuition. It's the ability to see the unseen, to look beyond the veil, to see farther than the horizon, man. To imagine, not imaginate, but to imagine and be correct in what you're imagining just based on your intuition. That's the cross you should clutch, man. Hold on to your own understanding, not man, outside of yourself, not the Bible, not the word, none of that. Jesus ain't fucking white, man. Long story short, moral of the story is Jesus ain't white. And even if he was Jew, the real Jewish man was a dark skinned person. The Hebrew Israelites were black. The children of Israel were black. They weren't white or light skinned. But you know what? Like I always say around this time, the problem is that these motherfuckers done lied to you and me and all the rest of us. They've been sitting out here conquering other people's land, taking shit from people, stealing artifacts, hiding it, not telling you nothing, knocking your people off, and then want to smile in your face and tell you that Jesus is the way. Man, you better get the fuck out of my face with that shit, man. Jesus ain't the way. Jesus is the way. You gonna try to control me, but I'm gonna keep an open mind to the point where I'm gonna say Jesus could have really existed. He just not the person that you put in front of us. That's all. That's it. Like, Jesus could have absolutely been a real individual in history, but he just ain't the person that you said he is. And I know because that's how it's always been. Like with all history, with the Africans, with the Indians, with American history, with the Pilgrims, with white supremacy. It's always the same. They try to tell the story in such a way where it turns into a lie, including religion. You know, but at the end of it too, like I'm a good person, man. Like I'm not out here doing anything to anybody. I'm not out here trying to speak hate, promote hate. I'm not a satanic individual. I don't belong to any secret societies. I'm actually, if you go look at my channel, I'm actually a victim of severe organized gang stalking, man. I was a person they try to sacrifice like they did Jesus, and that's a big fact, you know. So I got every right to stand on what I'm standing on because I'm talking to some people that probably ain't never been through no shit like that. Ain't nobody ever try to take you out and sacrifice you in the name of the devil and try to make some money off of you. Like like you ain't been through the shit I've been through, and you probably won't have to ever worry about it. So if you ever heard it from a person in your life, let me tell you, man, you getting it from the right person, man, because like these same people that sacrificed said Jesus allegedly is the same exact type of motherfuckers that also claim that they're Christians and they're good people, and they do the devil's work in them midnight hours when they think ain't nobody looking. But God sees it all, man. And you know what? The only reason I'm still alive today, is because of that, man. Like, because when I say gang stalking, that's just one dynamic of it. The little weirdos that follow you and monitor you 24 hours a day. Hey, that's just one dynamic of it, right? These people literally tried to poison me to death, right? Hey, yeah, I got the real YouTube vibe going today, man. But I had to jump back on anyways because I'm still like I got a lot of work to do on my channel, man, and my lives are a part of that work. So when I get off of here later, I'll rest for a little while. I'll edit some videos and load up my channel with some new content. So hopefully by this time next year, I'll have over 1,000 videos, and I'll have my count. Everything will be good. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna get nowhere if you're afraid to stream. Like I just hit an hour. As a matter of fact, I'm at 61 minutes and 30 seconds. So I just hit my first hour for this morning. But I was gonna go ahead and try to keep this one going till noon. Somehow we got to talking about this gang banging ass religious shit. And you know, um, I was just trying to tell a couple folks that I'm not a Christian, so I don't have any more Christian beliefs, but I was a Christian for a very long time. Like I went to church, I did all that bullshit, and then I realized that wait a minute, all this shit is a lie, and these people ain't even real. These people are secret masons, and they worship the devil, and they out here running these churches and collecting money, and these people worship the fucking devil, man. And they trying to hand me a Bible talking about Jesus is the way. And then I'm looking at the Jews that Jesus is supposed to be, and they the most evilest motherfuckers on earth right now. Like ain't nobody more evil than the damn Jewish people, according to all these people that complain. The white supremacists, oh, they can't stand the Jew, man. They cannot stand the Jews in any way. Right. So it's just like, um, it's all a fucking lie though, bro. It's all a lie. They ain't the real Jews. They're not. But like if you try to tell somebody that, like, but here's the thing though, I'm not the kind of person who just needs to keep saying it, because a lot of those people, they sit there and stand in their little false positions, and they know who they are. They know, like, as you go up in ranks, they know exactly. They ain't nothing but some stealers, some killers, and some destroyers. And that's why it's like, why would I be religious, man? I refuse to stand on some shit that is not like I refuse, man. And I'm just one person. Let's just make that clear. I am just one guy floating on the ball in the universe, feeling like I know something. And this is how I choose to live out my truth, is that I'm not knocking anybody, man. I'm just simply saying that this conversation that we was having, dude wanted me to read a certain verse out the Bible, and I'm like, that's not going to make a difference, man. Jesus is not who you're trying to tell me that he is, right? He ain't coming back, because you don't sacrifice anything twice, right? You don't do that. And why would he be sacrificed once to come back to do what? What would be, is this his second attempt? So you mean to tell me that Jesus Christ's aim is off? He wasn't able to accomplish his mission then, so he's gonna perish, rise on the third day, disappear for thousands of years, and then come back to us to take us to heaven. And everyone, no, that's not how that's gonna go, man. That shit sounds like a movie. That shit sounds like a bad, but like, oh well though, like, everybody's entitled to what they choose to believe. And so, like I said, I'm spiritual, bro. Is a motherfucker too, man. Right? And religiousness is gangbanging to me. Like if you're a religious person, then like I think 90% of religious people are gang members, and they're also secret society members, and they're also secretly satanic, but they won't tell you that. It's just all a front, man. It's just really, in my opinion, but I won't take it past that though. You know, it is messed up, man. But Aria, we are definitely living in a traumatized world. Yeah, them damn gangbangers. That's how I feel about it, man. They just they be. I'm sure you've seen the clashes that the Muslims be having with the Christians here in America, where they be snatching each other's books and tearing out pages, and like as if that's supposed to hurt somebody's feelings, like just being disrespectful for no reason, like a whole bunch of Karens. Like, come on, man. This is why I don't want to participate. And I know every religious person's not like that. I know some churches got great vibes. Like you can go to a church and it'll just make you feel so good. But to me, that's good. That's fine. But like I can sit at home and have a personal relationship with Father God, the Holy Administrator, and be just as powerful as whatever they feel like they got at the church house, man. And so I'm not even well versed, man. I'm not one of those people that just got all this education about this shit. I literally speak based on my intuition, man. I don't go and look in books to get my knowledge, man. I sit back and meditate and ponder and contemplate everything around me off of a vibrational level. And then, and only then, do I speak on the shit, right? And so I feel like that's the best way to get the knowledge that you need as a man. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when Jesus was walking the earth, I bet you there wasn't a group of kids going off to college, or maybe there was. Who knows? I don't know what was going on back then in them times, but like I can just tell you this, man. I feel like I got knowledge without the college, right? Now with college, you may be able to go out here and get a good career and make you some decent money, $200,000-300,000 a year. And if you don't have that college education, then you probably only gonna make 36 to 40,000 a year, and 50 if you're lucky if you become a supervisor. But an uneducated person, at the very most, an uneducated person on paper will probably make under $100,000 a year until the day that they pass away. Like you won't have no pensions, you won't have no retirement unless you go get a 9 to 5 and you pay into a 401k. Then you might be able to get like some type of, let me see, you retire at 60, you pay into a 401k for how many years? You might have enough money to live good for 2 or 3 years, and then you'll be broke again and have to go get a job again. And then you'll be working from 60 until you have a heart attack and your ass is grass. And anyway, I had a great I had a great career once. Now I'm riding away. Man, you know what? I had a great career too, man, but I kind of wish that we could go back to the time when, people cultivated their own land. They found them a spot somewhere, right? And farmed it and grew their own fruits and vegetables, hunted their own meat, fished their own lakes and rivers because it wasn't all polluted like it is now. And you could actually live. It was a hard life back then. In this modern world, that shit sounds very unattractive. Like you see everything we got now. If you get hurt, you go to the hospital. Back then, if you got hurt, you went and laid down in your bed until you either passed on or you healed up. That was your only option back then. Boy, shit, you was either finna die or you was finna heal. Now, you got a better chance on, surviving a lot of stuff. But man, you don't know me, man. Why you keep saying you know me, man? Where you know me from, man? Hold on. My chair is a little bit uncomfortable, bro. Shit's making my tailbone hurt a little bit. There we go. Where you know me from, Nathan? I do that. Oh, never mind. Excuse me. I thought you said that you knew me. I'm thinking of the other guy from earlier. Hey, why did the house cat crawl into this little tiny box? And his ass is so fat that he ripping the box open, but he trying to act like he's still comfortable. I'm sitting here watching him ripping the box because he's too big for the box, but he just wants to be. Man, cats are a trip, man. What up, Louie? But yeah, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, man. And when I go live, you can come here and you could let me know, man, how you feel about things. Nathan says that he is Torres Strait Islander from Australia, and he's a indigenous of the territory, and he's on an island surviving on his own. But it's all good. He's rotting away because the people that he surrounds himself with tore him to pieces. Well, damn, Nathan, I'm sorry to hear that, brother, man. That sounds quite like a very sad story, if you ask me. And all this time, I thought Australia was better than America. But if you saying that kind of shit is happening, I might as well just stay in America. Because America, I'll tell you this, bro. Let me tell you some facts about America, man. We may not have good health care, but we have good hospitals. If it's cold outside and you're homeless, you can go sit in the lobby of the emergency room and you could warm up until security tells you to leave. So that's what's good about a hospital. They got bathrooms, they got water fountains, and they got heat. So if you can't get good health care because you're broke and poor, at least you can go up in that motherfucker and you could warm up for a few hours, get you some water, go take some good dumps in their bathrooms, and then security's gonna tell you to leave when he realized you just in there getting over. If you ain't in here to see a doctor, man, what you doing here? And now you gotta go. And believe me, security will get you up out of there. you know, of course, we follow a light skinned black dude. I mean, you make it sound so derogatory, Aria. You know, you don't have to follow me. I just want you to come in here and fellowship and politic with me, exchange ideas. And the reason I want you to subscribe is not so you could follow what I have to say, but it's so anytime I'm, on a screen like this, then you can join and you could voice your thoughts and your ideas, your comments and concerns, and we can go from there and learn from each other. It ain't never about, hey, I want you to follow me. It ain't about, I don't call you guys followers. That's crazy. You would never be a follower of mine. You're just a person that chose to fellowship with me, man. And I feel like I'm a good enough guy to where, I'm the type of individual that, you know, people like talking to. People understand that I have a good mind and a keen sense of reality. And, I'm like open-minded, but like, you know, I'm not I'm not on here lying to you. I'm not on here like smashing pies into my face for likes, you know. And on top of that, I'm handsome, you know. Yeah, and like Cap or Die say, it's just a subscription. You know what I mean? Oh man, Hemo Dilator is back. Oh, we got the whole crew in the house today. Y'all just been on silent mode, playing the background today. I like that, man. What's going on, man? Well, surrounding me, it's always people who play the background, man. That's why I like my people, man, because sometimes they won't say a motherfucking word. They just be playing the background, but they definitely there, just peeping game. So that's why it's important too, Aria, that I say the right shit. Like I can't sound like a fool and I can't come off retarded because like I got people watching me, who already subscribed, who already know I'm cool people. So, you know, I gotta make sure I make it count every time I speak, man. If I don't, and I don't always make it count. Sometimes, let me tell you, I got a bad habit that I need to break. Is I get on here and I be trolling the trolls. And that's not cool. I should never troll the trolls because that's like feeding them energy. So, oh, Tito in the house, man. Yeah, no doubt. I be trolling the trolls, and that's something I need to calm down on because man, I'm bigger than that, man. I'm too important to be trolling the trolls, but I'm good at it. So I can't. I mean, what you want me to say, man? I know how to troll the trolls very well. It's called crowd management, man. And it's a real thing that you can look up. You know, People at comedy shows do it all the time. Somebody in the crowd acting stupid, you got to know how to manage their ass without looking like a retard. Loudest person in the room is the weakest. Well, in this case, I'm the loudest person in the room, but that's only because I'm the talker, man. But I try to get my references on what we need to be focusing on by the people in the comments. So when I ain't got nothing but trolls, I don't have good material to go off of. You know what I'm saying? Today I do though. Honestly, I'm so shocked there ain't not one troll in here. I can't even believe it. I've been looking at these. I've been looking at these comments since I started this. Excuse me, since I started this live, and it hasn't been in 77 minutes. Not one single troll, man. But I woke up late, man. I got up at around 3 in the morning, and I said I got to get back on my schedule. So I'm just trying to stay up. So this is my second live of Tuesday, man. I mean, this is my second live of Monday. So you know, um, like I mentioned, brother, life wasn't meant to be challenging. It's the people who are the challenge. Hey, no doubt about it, man. And they're also the reason that things they're the reason. I hope your situation be blessed and pick up soon, Nathan. You're the cause and you're the circumstances that make me feel a certain way. Yeah, man. Nathan, man, maybe you should come 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 over here to America, man, and come chill with us Americans, man. We ain't much better, but like, I'm better. Like if you knew me, I'd be a good friend, bro. But like, um, I always knew Australia was similar to the shitty American lifestyle, because a lot of the Australians travel over here just to be shitty here instead of there. Tanzan- Tanzania has seen many civilizations. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that before. I've heard that name before. I might just do that, bro. America isn't that different, I suppose. Nah, but and you know what? Australian is big, but at least you won't have to worry about the most poisonous spiders in the world, man. And fucking hyenas and you guys got a lot of shit over there in Australia. I was just watching a video yesterday that y'all got beach spiders, bro. Oh, look, Yabatron in the house. How you doing, sweetheart? Hey man, y'all got beach spiders in Australia. And they like you go to the beach to chill and like you'll be walking on the beach and just like 10,000 spiders will just come out of nowhere. Like Australia's wild, man. Like that's one of the last wild places left on earth, man. But wild in a weird way, because man, I just can't get over the amount of spiders you guys have, bro. Yeah, they got beach spiders, man. That is a real thing, man. And they be out on the beach by the thousands, and they look big like black widows, bro. They look big, man. So, hey, man, if you able to get away, man, come get you a little 1-2 bedroom here in America in a cheap little city, man, and fucking man, you'll enjoy getting up, going to the library, go hitting the park, maybe go grabbing you a big fat unhealthy hamburger or something, you know. Um, I live in Michigan, man, so I like to hit the water in the summertime. Man, I go hit the water, man. That's my favorite thing to do is go pull up at the river or one of the lakes and I'll fish for 8, 9 hours straight, man. Buy a nice apartment in nice France. Ever been to Canada? No, I ain't been to Canada, but it's right across the bridge. It's literally you just get in the lane to go over the bridge and then boom, you'll be in Canada. You'll be in Windsor. We got venomous spiders, snakes, octopus, birds, and even the platypus is venomous. Did you know that? Hell no, I didn't know the platypus was you know what? Platypuses are very, very unique creatures though, man. It's like a mixture between like a fucking duck and a beaver. It's weird, man. I know what Nice is. Oh, it's pronounced Nice. Nice is that place where they got like part of the city built on water, right? Ain't that the place where like the city's built on water and shit? I know Bath is one of those places, but Bath is in Greece. And I know that light skinned black dudes like us gotta stick together. Oh man, I didn't know you was a light skinned black dude. Hell yeah, man. You already know, man. You already know, man. I actually a few summers back, I was at the lake out here in Michigan, man. My daughter, her mom, and her sister went to the lake just to chill. And while we was out there, there's a big ass snake just chilling in the tree. So I filmed him. I wasn't trying to catch him or nothing. Oh, that nigga say he's a black skinned white dude. Okay. I knew a black dude once that had a swastika tattooed on his arm. And this cat said, no, he had a, excuse me, he had a, see, I'm getting I'm fatiguing right now, man. Dude had a swastika on his back, man. This dude gonna tell me that him and his white Nazi homies was going to Africa to help him build schools. And like, I knew that something was wrong in his mind, but like, he had a lot of cool stuff at his house. So me and this girl I was messing with at the time, we used to go over there to his house, and this dude would bust out a acoustic guitar and sit there and play his guitar and smoke dope for hours, man. And I was like, bro, we got to get up out of here, man. I'm getting tired of this nigga and his guitar, man. This nigga think he white, man, and this nigga's a dark skin. I'm talking about dark like the black top. But for whatever reason, he thought he was white, man. I'll never understand that shit. Did someone say Perry the platypus? Hey, but don't get me wrong. Dude was cool as a fan, man. He really was. Yeah, he was just I don't know, man. I don't know what was up with dude, man, but I met him. I was at a gas station, right? And I had a lowrider. I had an '84 Cutlass on Dayton's. It was nice too, man. And he seen it and he came up to me and was talking about the car. And he was telling me how he had some stereo equipment that if I pulled up to his house, I could check it out, see if I was interested in it. So me and my lady, we went ahead and we pulled up to his house, man. We exchanged numbers. And then we kind of got cool after that, but he was just weird as fuck, man. He was very weird. You know, like he gave me red flag vibes. Like you might want to go over to his house with a weapon, just in case. Let your haters be your motivators. Use all that energy like a radiator. Fight the good. Fight like a gladiator. If she the right one, always appreciate her. Hey, shout out to Polo, man. Hey, I read that like a boss too, man. I didn't even know it was a rhyme. I just picked up on it right in time. I know a guy like that here in New. Oh man, bro, there's tons of weirdos in New York, man. You remember that dude that like there was a video a few years ago of that dude that tried to abduct a girl off the train? You remember that, man? And then like she ended up waking up and he let her go, but like they ended up finding him because of that viral video and some dudes like beat the shit out of him and he ended up getting charged for that shit after they found him. I don't know if you guys remember that, man, but it was like a light-skinned Puerto Rican looking dude, man. This dude tried to and then this is what kills me. A dude was filming him because he knew he was about to try to do this shit. She was passed out on the train. Her and her boyfriend. You could tell they were probably drug addicts and they're probably homeless. She's passed out and this dude just keeps walking up to her, tapping her, acting all suspicious. And when the train stops at one of the train stations, this cat just walked up to her and picked her up and threw her over his shoulder and tried to take off running out the train with her. And she woke up and freaking out and drew a bunch of attention. So he just dropped her and took off running. But they got his face because dude was filming him. Man, these motherfuckers found where this dude was living. And when I say they whooped this dude, they whooped his ass bad for doing that, man. And then he went to jail for that shit. I even think that come to find out, he he had been charged for some shit like that before. Ham says, I walk with a knife and pepper spray. Hey, bro, you need to go. Let me tell you something. Right now, you can go get they got tasers right now. Flashlight tasers for $40 that are strong enough. You'll get one or two zaps strong enough like a police taser. But now, you said it before me, Dilator. It's too many people with guns, man. Way too many people got guns, bro. You need you like a 40 cal or better, man. A 380 ain't even gonna do it, man. People put 90 round drums on their handguns, so you need something heavy, like a 40 or a 45 or just something that you could just. I'm sorry, I'm not even a violent person, man, and I don't promote violence or none of that. But bro, mace and all of that, that's for prison guards and jailhouse employees. That is not for a guy who walks down the street in this brutal world, man. Like you gonna pull out your mace, man, and get hit with a Glock with a switch on it, and you gonna wish that you had your own weapon, man. That's why I said even a 380 is like you pull that out. Most cats nowadays will laugh at you. They'll look right at your gun and laugh. Until you pull that trigger and he feel that bullet, then he ain't gonna be laughing. But like we are living in a fucked up time, man. I promise. Wow, NYC is somewhere you'd likely really need one too. But you know what? I would still go to New York City because that city, man, got some cool people, man. Like there is a lot of weirdos there, but even the people that live there know that. You know, yeah. So exactly. But don't blame the streets, man. Blame these corporations who build that shit and sell it to the streets. Because why would they take a handgun, put a switch on the back and a drum in the clip, and now you got a whole handheld machine gun that you could hide under your coat? But like if you let off with it, that shit'll be like. Do you know what you would look like after that sound? Just think about it. when you get to the morgue, they are going to have to piece you back together. Because you ain't surviving that, man. Like, a person gets off 30 to 40 rounds in 5 seconds. You ain't surviving that. You ain't surviving no body shots, no face shot, no hit. You ain't surviving that. Period. You ain't. You're not gonna survive that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem is you can't survive that type of firepower out of such a small handgun. You ain't gonna survive it, bro. And nowadays, cats laugh at people that just walk around with basic pistols because they like to say, "Bruh, you ain't got no accessories for it. It ain't got a switch. It ain't got an extendo. It don't even got a drum. You just got a basic pistol. Oh man, we finna get you, cause we finna go hide behind the car and let you waste all your little 8 rounds, and then we finna open up with 40 rounds. Oh man, 47. And you well, you know what? I can see that because I knew a dude in Las Vegas. He survived 72 rounds, bro, by the police. They counted the shells in his Cadillac. He got hit 72 times. A bullet went through his head. The bullet the bullets took his fingers off. They had to do emergency surgery and cut him open, and he lived. And then after he lived, they had the nerve to charge him for attempt murder because they claimed that he put his Cadillac in reverse and tried to run him over. Yo, that's a story I heard from downtown Summerlin. Oh, you heard about that? Yeah. I was in jail with that dude. It was a light-skinned dude down on Boulder Highway, man. He was pulling up to see about one of his hoes, and the police were in the same place he was at. And they said that they just said some bullshit that wasn't even true, but they shot him 72 times and he survived. And then they locked him up and charged him. All right, Nathan, you have a great one, bro. Yeah, handled. Yeah, man, that's a real story, man. But it wasn't in downtown Summerlin. It was on Boulder Highway over there by like it was like kind of by Fremont Street almost. It was like you know how if you're familiar with Vegas, then you know that if you're traveling on Boulder Highway, oh yeah, if you were traveling on Boulder Highway and you crossed over Charleston, then Boulder Highway cuts off and it turns into Fremont Street. But there's a bunch of little hotels down that way, and he had pulled into one of those motels on Boulder, and the police lit his ass up. And the cold part is that's how he lost his fingers because he had his hands in the air, and the bullets knocked his fingers off his fucking hands. He had his hands up. He didn't have no guns, and he didn't try to run nobody over. That's just what they said. That's just what they said because they thought that they were gonna. They thought after that many shots, they thought he was gone, but somehow he survived. And I seen him in the county, bro. He was not the same. He was messed up. This dude's forehead had like so much scar tissue on it that like you could just look at this dude and tell he was messed. He had scar tissue on the back of his neck, scar tissue on the back of his head where hair was never gonna grow again. Like, bro, them police did him dirty, man. They did that man so dirty, man. That's messed up how these police say just because it's legal doesn't make it morally legal, bro. But let me be quiet because I don't want to get done the same way, man. Because these cops will, yeah, he did file a lawsuit, but I told you, they charged him. They're trying to, that's how they get out the lawsuits. Yeah, of course, he had a whole attorney and everything, but he had to sit in jail because, like, they charged him for some shit that he didn't even do. They said they only shot him because he tried to run him over, but it was a lie. He had just pulled in, and when he seen all the police standing out in like with their cars, he was trying to back up and get up out of there. And they were trying to stop him. They were like, "Well, since you're here, we want to see who you are. So get out the car." And he was like, "I didn't do nothing. I ain't getting out the car." And he was trying to leave, and they try to act like he tried to run him over. And about 8 cops opened fire on him all at once. and he survived it. And now let me tell you, this is from his own mouth. This ain't what I heard. I spoke to that. We used to sit at the same table and eat our little nasty ass county jail lunch together. So, of course we had to talk about it because, like, bro, you're a miracle. You a whole miracle, bro. How did you even survive something like that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Vegas is a cool place, man. But if you out there hustling, especially in the bad ran down areas like Fremont Street, Boulder Highway, you know, on the strip, especially, you just open yourself up for that kind of stuff to happen. And I've been drew down by the police, but oh man, music fan is in the house. What's going on, man? I'm up early, man. It's 11 o'clock, man, and I'm here. Oh, you can't hear me? All right. What's wrong? Is my value messed up or something? Oh, okay. All right. I got you. But yeah, yeah, Vegas is cool, man, as long as you ain't out there like breaking the law and putting yourself in the area where I'm a lover, man, and a fighter, man. I'm like, I'm a lover and a fighter, man. Like, but I'm really not even a fighter these days. I never really been a fighter. I just was forced into fighting my whole life, man. I was always like a little lover boy type, player type, but I'm more comfortable as a loner staying out the way. But like a lot of people like to get in my way. So it turned me into a fighter over the years, bro. And then out of all this shit I've been through, I'm still not a bitter Bobby ass type of guy. I'm still really cool, calm, and collective, and I'm still down to earth and everything. But like, you get around a lot of people who ain't. What do you expect? You gonna either turn like them, or you gonna have to like, oh, so that was the setup. Okay, I got you. What's wrong with Amy Winehouse, man? Rest in peace to Amy. Why you playing with the dead, bro? That's messed up. Have you ever heard of Jack Daniels going missing and never found? The drug dealer worth 30K a month? No, I haven't heard about that. I haven't been in Vegas for 10 years, man. I've been in Michigan since 2017. She's the greatest. What are you? I mean, the way that you set that reply up, it seemed like you were like playing with Amy Winehouse, man. And see, well, you were playing with me, but you were using Amy Winehouse as the punch line. And I know who she is. She died of an overdose. Very tragic, very unfortunate, man, because she was attractive before she got messing with drugs, man. Not me, man. I'm a very serious dude. All right, well then, excuse me. I am too, man. Very serious. I don't like to play games with people. I know how, but I'm really not interested in playing games with people, man. When it's so easy to be real and be respectful. For me, being disrespectful is too complicated, man. Then you got to deal with the fights and the drama and the aggressive people. If you got to deal with something and you can't avoid it, then you do it. You do what Dodge does, man. If you can't dodge it, then you ram it. But if you can dodge it, then dodge it. But hey, yeah, thank you, music fan. I appreciate that. It looks like I'm doing well, man. I didn't reach my goal of 500. How about that? Streaming will do it for you, man. I know a lot of people that want to be YouTubers, but they're camera shy. They don't want to get on the camera and talk to people. I said, man, I'm 43. I done been through all kind of changes, but I'm finna get on this camera and I'm finna campaign all the way till I have 20,000 people that want to subscribe to my bullshit, but it's really not bullshit, man. I'd be really having stuff to say, good stuff, shit that can help other people's lives, information that can save the day. Aria had to step out for a minute, people, but Aria is back like she never left. Welcome back, Aria. I appreciate you. That's how I know I'm the one. You know, people say, "Dang, Tyrone, you only got 3 people watching you," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, but you don't have any people watching you." And those 3 people that watch me, 2 of them are probably haters, but the other 2 really rock with me. So, you know, $20 carts, homemade $10 moon rocks, nothing found, not even a car vanished. They took down his Snapchat and his last known location was behind the school bathroom. Well, that was probably some who you think did that? I was gonna say something, but I don't know any of the facts of the case, so that would have been a mistake. So I'll just ask you, who do you think that would have facilitated something like that, man? Where was he at when he came up missing? Also, what year was that? What year did it happen, and why do you think it happened? There was a crazy guy, 7 unalivings back to back, took out a whole gang. He had to be his eighth, and I don't know the school. Oh man! And this was in Vegas. Are you originally from Vegas or what? Like you from there? I lived in Vegas for 17 years, man. So I know the city very well. Like I lived there for 17 whole years, man. And I've been all over Vegas, man. Matter of fact, there ain't a part of Vegas I ain't never touched. I've been around that entire city. Nah, New York, Bronx. I went to live with my dad for 4 years. Okay, absolutely. Yeah, I'm from California, but I moved to Vegas in 2000, and my brother and sister moved to Vegas in 1996. They was out there, I believe, when Tupac was when that thing happened with him over on Koval. But my brother's still out there somewhere. He's still out there in Vegas, man. He left. He went back to California for a few years, but he ended up returning back to Vegas, and he hasn't left again since my mom passed away. So he's been out there. Shit. Altogether, my brother spent the most amount of time in Vegas, but he my brother went to school out there. He went to junior high and high school, so he believes that Vegas. That he says he's from Vegas now, but you know me, I claim where I grew up at, which is California. I don't claim Vegas, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Vegas. I know a lot of people out there, but like I wasn't born there. Yeah, you know what? It didn't used to be like that, man. Vegas did not used to be like that, man. We used to go hang out in Henderson and Green Valley. I knew a couple people in Centennial Hills, but like I didn't know anybody in Summerlin. uh, I lived over in South Las Vegas for a while, over there by St. Rose Hospital. That was a nice area. 2800 to 8200. 2800 Eastern to 8200 Renfrew Drive. So you lived off of let me see. If you lived at 2800 Eastern, you was over there near Eastern and Sahara, huh? Over there over there or no, 89145. That wasn't over by Sahara. It might have been though. Was you over there near Eastern and Sahara? Not far from Boulder Highway? I'm pretty sure 2800 Eastern is over there. Yeah, that's right around the corner from Sahara, man. That's probably like if you was at 2800, then you were damn near right at Sahara and Eastern. Listen, I know Vegas to the point where I know the numbers. 2800 Eastern puts you right in the area of Eastern and Sahara. Most because I lived at 1600 Southeastern, and that was if you're familiar, I stayed in Sterling Park, right across the street from Valley High School. You want to go out? Yeah, I stayed right across the street from Valley High School, man, and it was a cool little spot. Hey, hold on, give me a second. All right, I'm back, Jack. Wow, my brother went there. My dad drove him in a PT Cruiser. From he drove from New York to Vegas in a PT Cruiser. Is that what you're saying? That's a hell of a journey. In a PT Cruiser. Shit. Oh, the Valley High School. Okay, I was about to say. Yeah, man. I live directly. My balcony overlooked the parking lot of Valley High, so every day like we would go out on the balcony when they let the school out, and you could see all the people. It was like, if you know those apartments that are directly across the street, they was called Sterling Park East when I left Las Vegas. So maybe they changed the name, but they used to be called something else. But they changed the name because that was a place where a little girl got unalived by her mother's boyfriend, and they try to cover it up by hiding her in the dumpster, and somebody found the body. And so, because of the exposure, the property changed the name. I think they changed ownership, so the name of the apartments was all over the news at one point, so they changed the name to Sterling Park. But it used to be called like Coronado something like that. I don't remember what the old name was, but I moved in when it was already called Sterling Park. But the company I worked for out there, we redid all their dumpster enclosures before I moved in because of that, right? Because they used to have enclosed dumpsters to where you could like get out of the rain. It had a little cover over it, over the top and everything. So like it was kind of like unsafe. And dude and his girl hid the body inside of the dumpster enclosure. And so my company, we tore down the old style. Hey, what's going on, brother? The company I work for, we took down the old style and built a new style for them. And then shortly after that, I moved in over there. Yeah, man, they did the little girl wrong, man. She was only like she had to be like only like 7 or 8 years old, man. Oh, hey, what's going on, Tanya? Yeah, we was chopping it up last night or the night before. Yeah, but when I lived over there was nothing like that happening. Although one day, because those apartments are similar to like how they are in New York. Like the apartments are inside of a building, right? So like when you get to your apartment, you got to walk into the building and then go to your apartment. One day I had found this pepper spray, right? And I didn't like my neighbor, and I knew he was getting ready to go to work. It was this older black dude that worked. He was a security guard at one of the casinos, but I knew he didn't like me. And so I didn't like him because, man, if I know you don't like me, I damn sure ain't gonna like you, especially at that time. So you know what I did? My dumb ass walked over by his apartment, shook up this pepper spray, and just gave it a fat ass squirt right by his door because I knew he was finna come out. Then I snuck back to my apartment and I just waited, right? And while I was waiting, hey, thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. While I was waiting, I snuck back to my apartment and waited for him to go to work, right? And I remember I was standing by my door listening. I heard his door open, then I heard it shut, and I heard him locking it. And then all I started hearing was a bunch of coughing and gagging. And I was like, yeah, motherfucker, that's what you get. I done gassed his ass out, man. But he didn't like me, man. And he used to do little hater shit on purpose. So I had to gas his bitch ass out, man. I bet you he'll never forget me. I'm one of those unforgettable type of people, man. Most people that I encounter, they remember me for the rest of their life, man. It's hard to forget a motherfucker like me. You should not wear a cap. Your hairstyle looks very nice. Oh yeah, look, check it out. Let me hit the light for you one time. I just kind of redid it. I need to redo this one again though. It's kind of loose. But yeah, people always try to say that I got like my hair is bald or something and I'm like, "No, it's not. I just wear my cap. Look, check this out. I just wear my cap because I like it. I put it on. It's always nearby, but I'll keep it off. I'm gonna keep it off for today cuz I got to shave later. You made this yourself. What is that? My hairstyle? My brother never told me that story. He hid it like it's some lore to his aura. Well, maybe he didn't know about it Cause that's not like a story that happened like, man, that happened back in like, man, that happened like in 2005. Oh yeah, yeah. I know how to rebraid my hair. I know how to do it, man. Definitely know how to braid my own hair. But usually my daughter's sister braids it for me whenever I ask her. But yeah, I braid my own hair. That's one of those things I learned how to do when I was locked up years ago, was how to braid my own hair. So yeah, But I don't like braiding my own hair because I got a bad back. So me having a bad back, having my hands like this, it be hurting my back and my shoulders. Yeah, it's just four braids. One, two, three, four. It's just four braids. But I can do way better than this if I want to. I can like make it look real nice. This is just quick for me. This is just something quick. Hey, but I want to say if anybody wants to contact me, I have an email up in my description now, so people can get a hold of me. Hold on. We got three in the chat. We got London on the track. All right. Hey, so handled hey, how long did you live in Vegas, man? Like, when was the last time you was out there? Cause I haven't been in Vegas since 2017 myself, but um I haven't been in Vegas since 2017, man. I was there. Oh, you was just out there not too long ago. Yeah, Vegas changed a lot, man. Ever since I left, what's crazy is the prison out there. I just seen a story on the news the other day where all these dudes in the prison out there they're getting unalived right now. They had like three dudes in 2 weeks, two black dudes and a white dude, but it was four black dudes and one white dude. But the even more crazier part was that I think two of the incidents weren't even like stabbings. They were like the guys passed away under mysterious circumstances. Like maybe they got poisoned or something. And I've been to that place, and that type of shit didn't happen when I was there. Cause you've been to Vegas, so man. It's real easy to get in trouble in Las Vegas. If you're not careful, it is very easy. Those police out there, you can go to jail. They take people to jail in Vegas over the littlest fucking shit, man. That's the one thing about Vegas I never liked is the police are always just you'll get pulled over for nothing out there. Like it's just, and you know why? Because a lot of those officers in Nevada are from the military, so they're different type of officers, man. They're not like here in Detroit. You'll never get pulled over, bro. You got to really be like doing something to get messed with by the cops out here. You gotta really be like doing something, but I've only been pulled over out here one time in 10 years. I've been pulled over one time in Detroit in the 9 years I've been pulled over. In 9 years, one time. In Vegas, in I'll get pulled over 25 times in 1 year. And they just take you to jail for nothing out there. They just be making shit up. Yeah, so you ain't too far from me, man. I'm out here in Michigan, so that's Rhode Island is probably about, I don't know, 700-800 miles from here. It's it's I used to have a cousin that lived up in New Hampshire. I don't know. She might still live up there. I don't know. I don't really fuck with her no more, but yeah, I had a cousin that lived up that way, man. Rhode Island is pretty nice though. I just wish that I knew some people out there, man. I want to get one of them chicks from Connecticut. One of them Connecticut chicks, but they kind of they like fashionistas, fashion novas out there. Hold on again. We got London on the track. We got London on the track. Hell yeah. Man, I might have to go ahead and cut it short, man. Hey, music fan, Connecticut projects are like smaller Boston projects. Yeah, a friend of mine from Vegas moved out to Boston, man. He dirty motherfucker, man. His brother had got out of prison after doing 20 years, and they got into a fight because they was both drunk one night, and his brother called the police on him and got him violated, and he went back to prison, right? And then Bub went out to Boston, but the reason that he even knew about Boston was because he had took their one of their family members passed away, and they left an inheritance for three brothers. And the dude that went to Boston took everybody's inheritance money because the money was in his name. He was supposed to get it and split it up, but he didn't do that. He cashed the check and took all the money and moved to Boston. Tried to open up a landscaping business, lost all the money, all of it, and then moved back to the West Coast and lived out there broke as hell. I mean, this dude Bub was a retard, man. This dude took his car to a mechanic shop to get it fixed, and the mechanic took his car from him. Just took it. Just did some fidangling and took his car. And so he went back to Boston after he got his brother arrested. And I'm like, Bub, you a buster, bro. But that's the only person that I ever knew from Boston, bro. That's fraud. Nah, it's a way you could do it, man. He told him, he was like, Bub was like, hey man, my car's broke down. Can you fix it? And dude says, yeah, but it's gonna be a little while. So dude was like, Bub was like, all right, can I take it up to your shop? And he was like, yeah. But he didn't tell him he was gonna charge him for it. So he brought his car to dude's shop, and the car sat for like 3 months, right? And then the dude fixed the car, and then he said, all right, that's gonna be $5,000, right? And Bub was like, what you mean $5,000? What'd you do to it? And he was like, oh, you let it sit up at my shop for 3 months. So it's gonna be 5,000 to get your car back. And Bub was like, "Oh man, I thought we was cool. You never told me you was charging me for that." And dude was like, "What, you thought I was gonna let it sit at the shop for free?" And Bub was like, "But I ain't got $5,000." And he was like, "All right, well, just I'm gonna keep the car then." He played him out of his car, man. Is what happened. He worked him. He knew Bub was a buster, so he took his car. I was like, "Bro, I could have told you, don't never ever let a mechanic tell you they'll keep your car and think that is that he's keeping it for free. Hell no, he gonna, as soon as it's time to fix your car and he's ready to give it back, you gonna have to pay for that little storage fee. And if you ain't got it, you know what they gonna do? They gonna keep your car." So when I met Bub, he was riding on a moped, and he had his brother living with him, but his brother was always complaining about having to share a room with his brother that just got out of prison. But I knew his brother because we was in prison together. So I met Bub through my homie. And I just was telling him, like, your brother's scandalous, man. That nigga took y'all inheritance money and went and tried to make a new life for himself. And the only reason he came back is because he messed up all the money. $90,000, bro. This dude fucked off 90 grand. And it was supposed to be three brothers got 25,000, and then the remaining 20 or the remaining 15 was supposed to go to another somebody else or whatever. 25 and 25 and 25 is 75. So from 75 to 90, let me see, that would be 25 take away 10,000. So, and it would have been 15,000 left over for the sister. And this cat took everybody's inheritance and flew out to Boston and tried to make a new life for herself. Can you save those pubes on your face? Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that post, man. Why are you so worried about my face, man? What's going on with that? And why is your name Leobardo Covarrubias? What can I'll tell you, I'll make you a deal, man. If you change your name, I'll shave my beard. Cause that name is weird. Leobardo Covarrubia. That name is weird, bro. Covarrubias. But really, we should just stick to the last four letters of your last name, Leobardo Bias. And honestly, I hope you're not still in here. Wait a minute, that's the only motherfucker that's commenting?